Good, go for it.
Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Welcome into Attacking Third alongside Sandra Herrera. I'm Lisa Carlin. We are so excited for this special episode for you today. We have a lot that we're diving into, Sandra. We got some new segments we're going to drop. We've got a really fun game that we're going to play called Name That Player. We're going to start with the bold and the cold. And then, of course, we have our In Case You Missed It news and notes segment always. But first, Sandra, I've missed you this week. This is the first time I've seen you this week. How's it going?
I gotta say, I love a holiday. I really do. But sometimes it like throws your routine a little out of whack. And I'm like, okay, so I'm so happy that we're here midweek together once again. And like we're gonna like play some games like you teased already. Like, I don't know if folks are ready for this. We're gonna have some fun.
They're never ready for this. Yeah. It was a little bit of a holiday weekend. I guess like the official, unofficial closing of summer. What did you
Yeah,
do? Did you do anything fun this weekend?
I usually consider that. I know on the literal calendar, like it's not until the 21st. Like, and even one of
Right,
my friends was like, "No, it's not fall till the 21st." And I'm like, "Shut up and get your Halloween decorations up. Get out of here with that." But just the typical stuff to close out summer. The final cookouts, checking in with some family and friends, and yeah, just hanging out. How about you?
Yeah, good. Yeah, me too. I had a wedding for a college teammate, had some fun. Got to spend some time with family, and the weather in Philly and Connecticut on the East Coast was like, hello, fall, I'm here for you, because
Yeah.
it's cold. It's a chilly one. The mornings are officially fall,
Yep.
but hopefully the sun warms up this afternoon and
Love
I can
that.
get outside. I know.
Congrats.
Um,
Love a Labor Day wedding. Love that.
I love a Labor Day wedding. Congrats, Callie and Kevin.
Right.
Okay, so we are coming out swinging today, Sandra, 100%, because it is midweek and we have to start spicing things up as we get towards, of course, the weekend, but the end of the NWSL season, right? There's only 8 match days left. The playoff push is on. And so we want some hot takes here. And this is where this segment came about. Shout out to our producer, Mark, because he is the creative brains of this group and he absolutely crushes it every time. So we are calling this segment the bold and the cold. Sandra and I are going to pick one bold statement about a player, a team, a future outcome or event that could happen. It's a little crazy, but it's still plausible. And then we're also going to do that with a cold statement. So about a player, a team, a future outcome, something that could happen that could point out something that's headed in the wrong direction. So we've got the cold and the bold. You want to start with your cold, Sandra? Hit us with that one first.
All right. We're going to go cold. We're taking into consideration some of the things that are catching our eyes right now. And for me, I'm honing in on NWSL and in particular, Kansas City Current. So my cold vibe right now is that we're maybe at one point, I may have thought this team is ridiculous. They're doing incredible stuff. Surely they're going to win the Shield. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think Kansas City is falling quickly out of contention for the 2024 NWSL Shield race. And Lisa, I was like, what are some other things that I could put here to maybe make sure that folks are on board with this? Well, for starters, it's the 3-game losing streak in the regular season. That's a tough one, right? But we've talked about these performances week in and week out. We got to see a little bit of a shakeup coming out of this weekend, a swap in goalkeeper for Kansas City Current. They're trying to look for answers because that's a narrative that's followed them all season. They have bled goals. They've scored a ton of them, right? We're all excited and on Temwa Chawinga watch every week, but they've also let in a lot of goals. And when you're looking at the schedule in front of them, they have some tough opponents sprinkled in along the way over the course of probably the next 6 to 8 weeks. We're talking a meeting with the Spirit, I believe, Gotham. There's some teams that are other contenders as well. Yeah, Orlando, that's huge. So I'm thinking they're not gonna really be in it anymore, Lisa.
Ooh, does this mean that they are still in the playoffs, but just not winning the Shield?
Yeah, I think this is
Okay.
the time where if you have enough cushion and you're making a little bit of a stumble, you'll probably still find your way in the playoffs. They have so clearly set themselves up for that. I'm sure they're also equally as motivated by the fact that the neutral site is going to be in Kansas City. Of course, you want to try to make it all the way to the end, but there's something about the Shield. We've heard it time and time again how difficult that actually is to win, and how kind of rare it is, because we've seen Seattle win it 3 times. It's we've seen North Carolina Courage teams back in the day win that. And we just saw San Diego win it last year, and now look where they are at this point in 2024. It's tough.
Wow. Okay, I love that cold statement, Sandra. That is the cold. It's pretty cold. That's pretty rough, especially considering at the start of the season, we all were like, wow, this Kansas City side is a rejuvenated team. I like it though. I like where your head's at. My cold statement is about Orlando Pride forward Barbra Banda, and she is not going to win the Golden Boot. She has been struggling. She hasn't scored in the last 2 games to find the back of the net. And Orlando has an ability to have a lot of depth, and a lot of different players on the pitch can score, can contribute. I mean, heck, Adriana is like, give me the ball. I'll do anything to get it back of the net. And this is a team that has relied a little bit on Barbra Banda. And now that she's gone cold, it's going to take other players stepping up. And once those players step up, it's going to continue to run that way. And as it stands right now in the Golden Boot race, Banda is at 12. Sophia Smith is on her heels with 11, and Banda is 2 behind Shawinga, who is at 14 goals in the Golden Boot race. Banda's not going to do it. She's not going to get there. She's been a little bit found out. Teams have been able to shut her down, isolate her a little bit more. And as this Orlando side continues to go throughout the regular season, they're just playing teams that they've already played before. So there's a lot of film on Banda about what she can do, about what she can't do, how to make sure that she doesn't get in those positions to just absolutely dominate. Not to mention, they've got Kansas City again, as you just talked about. And this is a Kansas City side that's going to want to go on a run and absolutely look to destroy and get to the top. They also have to play Washington Spirit, Portland Thorns, and Gotham, teams that are all vying to be at the top of the table. So that's my cold statement on Barbra Banda not winning the Golden Boot.
Listen, I think you made some pretty good arguments there. I'm semi-sold, but I think that's only because I'm also really, really high on Chewinga. I think it's incredible what she's doing this season. But wouldn't it be funny if, like, maybe that matchup, like how I'm going with like a KC cold take, and you're going with like an Orlando kind of cold statement, where it's like, what if that's the game? What if that's the matchup that kind of like changes the trajectory of either of these cold statements? So we'll see.
Wouldn't that be fun? Friday, September 13th, Sandra. It's Friday the 13th. We get Kansas City, Orlando Pride. I am very excited for that one. Okay, so those were cold statements. Now we get to flip the script and talk about our bold statements. So something that could happen. It's a little crazy, but still plausible out there, but a little bit more of a positive spin on it. Hit us with your bold statement.
All right. My bold statement also maybe like speaking it into existence with a wish. Maybe I'm, giving some clues today with the kit that I'm rocking, the Mexico kit. But the Women's U20 World Cup is currently ongoing. We're just in the early stages of the group phase. And my bold statement is that Mexico women's national team can win the whole dang thing. I don't know if there's a more open possibility for this World Cup. I'm sure that there's going to be plenty of people who are like, you're an idiot. Surely Spain is going to take this World Cup. But I like where they're at. They just are coming off of a win against Australia. Maybe they're going to set themselves up to possibly win the group. They're sitting in second right now. I'd love to see it. There's nothing I've enjoyed more than getting to watch some of the youth teams for women's Mexico's national team. They've had a lot of talent over the course of really the last cycle or so. I know folks are probably remembering that U17 World Cup where they were runners up. Lots of exciting talent there in the pipeline, and now here we are in the U20 World Cup. So is this an opportunity for them to build on some stuff? It's a bold wish. Let's just say that.
It's a bold wish. Mexico's in the group with Colombia, who's host of this FIFA 20 World Cup, U20 World Cup. They got to get past them.
They do.
I love it, Sandra. I love it. The U20 World Cup is so fun to watch and entertaining. I was watching Colombia last night, actually. It's very, very entertaining. And that is a good, bold take because anything can happen in this World Cup. We have to remember these are children playing. They are children. They're so young and anything can happen, good, bad, and otherwise. Okay, that's a pretty solid, bold statement. Mine is that Angel City FC are going to win the NWSL championship. This is an Angel City side that is currently, right? I mean,
I'm listening like everyone else. Let me just stay seated.
So with 8 matches left, they are in 9th place. So they are just on the outside looking into the standings. However, the postseason is entirely different than we've ever seen in years past. No teams get a bye. We have to go through the quarterfinals. And once Angel City gets into a playoff position, they are just going to absolutely run the table. And they're going to do this in dominating fashion because from now till the end of the regular season, Angel City gets to play Seattle twice. They've got that one in the bag. They've also got Portland twice. So not a lot of travel on Angel City's legs. Then they take on Louisville, North Carolina, Washington. Once they do that, they're just going to absolutely crush. They've got Kristen Press coming back. Alyssa Thompson is in great form, 3 goals in 2 matches. They have a lot of this mentality spirit that you need in order to play well in the postseason. It's very different than the regular season. And they've reminded me a lot of Gotham FC last year with a little bit of underdog mentality. They have this mindset to kind of rally around their coach that they love. We saw that last year with Gotham. You need a defining feature or characteristic that this team can get behind. Last year for Gotham, it was Ali Krieger, her retirement, the end of her season for her. This year, it's Kristen Press getting back on the pitch. And Angel City is going to rally around her, and they're going to take it all the way and lift the title.
I respect this so much. You touched on it already. I was gonna say like this bold take is like motivated from some history here. I was gonna ask like is it giving 2023 Gotham FC, and you basically said yeah it is. But I think you're banking a lot on like a couple of matchups there. But I'm gonna give it to you because I mean maybe we could have like woven in like Portland Thorns in either a bold or a cold take in this one because they're kind of hitting some roadblocks as well. So man, I mean they had a little bit of a burner against Bay FC. What if they have one of those against Angel City? It's NWSL, nothing's impossible, right?
There is a lot that can happen with Angel City. And because of like standings wise, they only sit on 21 points. They're tied on points with Bay FC now. Like it is easy for them. And honestly, I don't want them to get too high of a spot in the playoffs, right? I just want them like 6th or 7th.
Sneak in
they
there.
keep on sneaking in. You can't get their confidence too high. I love it. Okay, if you guys are joining us live on YouTube, thank you so much. Those are our bold, those are our cold statements. Let us know which ones you like. If you liked Sandra's, if you liked mine, we got the bold, we got the cold, and also let us know yours. Which bold or cold statements you have on the NWSL season, the U20 World Cup, the college game has started. We've got women's college soccer happening. Let us know your bold statements and your cold statements, and also vote on which one of ours is bolder or colder. That was really fun. That was really fun.
No right or wrong. Just toss them in. We want to hear.
Yeah, this was really fun. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little hesitant to do this segment because I didn't understand it, but I understand it now, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This was amazing, and we got more fun, entertaining games that we are playing next. Don't go anywhere. More Attacking Third coming up next. Hey everyone, welcome back to Attacking Third. We've got a new segment, and it's a game, Sandra. We're going against each other, and it is called Name That Player. We are going to compete against one another, Sandra against Lisa, Lisa against Sandra, with the help of the audience. So if you are with us live on YouTube right now, subscribe to our page so you can join the conversation in the chat because we need your help. We need your help a lot right now. This is a really fun game that we're going to play based on clues drawn up from our producer, Mark. Shout out, Mark. There are going to be 4 rounds where we have to name that player. So 4 players are going to be named, 2 for you, Sandra, and 2 for me. Each round has 5 clues to name that player. If you guess it correctly after the first clue, you receive 6 points. After the second clue, 4 points. Third clue, 3 points. Fourth clue, 2 points. And after the fifth clue, so if you use all 5 clues, you only get 1 point. Audience, if you're with us live on YouTube, drop your suggestions in the chat as soon as you hear the clues, because we're going to need your help and we can use your clues. However, Sandra, if you or I guess the wrong name, we lose 0 points. You can't guess and then say no and keep getting clues. So you have to be confident that you know the player and you can name them before you suggest it. Do you understand?
Okay, I am so glad for the clarification on that, because I was so ready to just like shout out names, like player A, player B, player C, but
No.
like I was
I'm
ready to
pretty
be
sure
like,
you
I was
get
ready to
one
be-
guess. You get
Oh my God.
one guess to name that player. So you can't always believe what the audience says, but
True.
I think we need their
Oh,
help this time.
we do need their help, so please don't set us up. I'm always like trying to like stay focused in the show, so I like try my best to not like pay attention too much to the comments unless our awesome producers put them up on the screen. But I'm gonna be looking every which way, like to try to see. Another clarification question on my end, please. So as we both have to read clues to each other, so
Right.
obviously we don't want to spend too much time on one clue. Like if we feel like the clue is not enough, are we giving a signal? Are we just saying next clue, please? Like,
Yeah, just ask for the next clue. It's kind of like poker.
wonderful,
Pass. Hit.
wonderful,
Let's go.
love it.
Owen's ready in the chat. This could be good. I love it.
Okay, shout out Owen.
Paul's ready.
How many of these do you think you could get in a certain amount of clues?
I don't know because I don't know how hard they are.
Oh my goodness, I know. Again, shout out to our producer, Mark. Set up the players and the clues. We have no idea
No idea
what's
what's about to
coming.
happen.
Oh my
Okay, this
goodness.
will be fun. So we're each get to guess 2 times. There are 4 players total. 2 for you, 2 for me. Would you like to name your clues first or me?
Yeah, I can go first. Let's
Okay,
let's
you
put
go.
the let's I want to practice here. You know, you do such a good job hosting. I'm like, let me run point on this one here, okay?
I'm ready.
For the first
Wait.
player,
Oh,
again,
wait.
let's
His prediction. Sandra wins 4-2. Rude.
oh, shout out Owen. Thank you. I appreciate the confidence and the support. I hope I don't let you down.
Okay, I'm
All right.
ready.
Player one, let's just have fun with it. Do you think you can answer this player correctly, and how many clues?
Oh, I have to guess?
No, I'm just having fun with it. Like, do you think you can get it in
3.
2, 3, 4? 3.
3.
Okay. Okay. Clue number 1. Has more goals for her country than appearances.
Okay, next clue.
I know, right? It's like, wait a minute, that could be anybody. Clue number 2. Currently wears jersey number 6 for her club team.
Okay. Clue number 3.
Okay. Clue number 3 is older sister who currently plays overseas.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go Kansas City forward, Temwa Shawinga.
Ding 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 ding.
Woo!
I need like a buzzard or something like
Wow. Oh, that was good. That was
yeah.
hard. The international goals more than caps. I was like, there's a lot of players I feel like that have
I was
that
gonna say that could be a number of players,
number.
honestly. Yeah.
And I know players' numbers, but not like I can't just like list you all 14 sixes in the league right now.
Uh,
That would be
fair, completely fair. Nor can I, but shout out to you, dude. You said 3. I'm
wow.
getting
Okay,
3.
so
You got it
I
in 3,
got
bud.
3 points. Okay, I'm gonna keep score for myself. Okay, are you ready, Sandra?
Absolutely not, but let's go.
Okay, how many do you think you can get it in?
I'm gonna stay humble and I'm gonna say 4.
Okay. Clue number 1.
All right.
This player is a gold medalist.
Good Lord. Okay. Next clue, please.
Clue number 2. She was named SEC Tournament MVP.
Gold. Okay, an SEC gold medalist. So many schools in the SEC. Okay, clue number 3, please.
She currently wears jersey number 7 for her club team.
A gold medalist from the SEC, number 7 for club.
Mm-hmm. Any guesses in the chat, anyone?
Okay, here's the thing.
I'll just tell you. Owen says Tobin, ?
Okay, can I get a repeat of clue number 3? Because is it like currently wears number 7?
Yes, currently wears jersey number 7 for her club team.
As much as I would love for Tobin Heath to currently be playing, that's not the case, unfortunately. So
Owen says think Spirit and then says Croy.
John says SEC, Georgia, all of that aligns. Current gold medalist absolutely aligns. Does wear number 7. But I don't know is Georgia SEC?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know what?
Come on, it's college football season, Sandra.
It's college football season. We were literally just talking college ball before we hopped on here. I'm gonna go with it. I'm feeling lucky. Number 7. Let's roll that dice. Croy Bethune.
Correct. Wow, Owen. Shout out to Owen in our chat right now because
Thank
that
you.
was
Appreciate it. Love it.
Sandra,
love
good
it.
job.
Not without the help of the people, of course. This
really
this win is for them.
That was amazing. I don't know. I feel like I would not have gotten just jersey number 7.
There's so many. Again, the jersey numbers killing me. But it's a clue. All right. Are you ready for yours?
Final 2 clues. That's really good. Should I tell you them?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. I would love to know what the final 2 clues are.
Clue number 4. She was drafted 3rd overall in what is now the last NWSL draft.
Oh yeah, that would have been the one.
And then clue number 5. She tied the record for most assists in a single season.
I absolutely would have got it at number 4 because I was so excited for the Red Stars to have pick number 3, and then now it's Croy Bethune for the Spirit. So I'll be thinking of that one for always. Okay, are you ready for your second and final player?
I'm ready.
We both got a player with 3 clues. Are you sticking with just the fun prediction of that you'll get this one in 3?
With 3.
All right. All right, here we go. Here is clue number 1 for you. Studied psychology while at Stanford.
Okay. Clue number 2.
Clue number 2. Okay. This player has only played for one professional club in NWSL.
Okay.
Next clue?
Yeah, I want that. I was going to guess, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I want the next clue.
There's a lot. There's a ton of Stanford alum.
And there's a couple that have all played in one team.
Correct. Clue number 3. This player was named a finalist for NWSL Rookie of the Year.
Should I risk it for the biscuit and guess right now?
You got it. I can't sway. I'm just reading the clues.
Okay, I am going to audience. Do you guys have any suggestions? Germa or Smith? It's not Germa. She was Rookie of the Year. I know that much. It could be.
So you're doing process of elimination. I like
I'm doing process of elimination. It could be Sofia Smith. But I think there's another one that like an older player. I'm gonna get clue number 4, please.
I respect it. Clue number 4. This player is tied for the NWSL single game saves record.
Oh goodness! Thank goodness I didn't say Sofia Smith. Final answer: Jane Campbell.
Ding 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 ding. You got it. Thank God. I was like, oh my goodness, you could go so many different directions.
I know. I was like, there's a number of them. There's so many
saves. The
players.
saves clue, the saves clue definitely gives you like, okay, now if you're doing process of elimination, you're like positionally, who are the players? Yeah, no, I
here too. Like that was a good one. That's a good one.
studied psychology while I was there.
What was the final clue?
The final clue was that this player was last season's NWSL goalkeeper of the year.
Okay.
So I mean, you would have got some points even if you went all the way to 5. But I love that. I think maybe do people like? I wonder if people forget that like Jane Campbell actually like went to Stanford. But I love that she's a goalkeeper from Stanford and like studied psychology. I feel like that's so helpful for her position.
That's so her. That's why she's so good in goal. She's like breaking down, like analyzing the attackers. Oh, Sandra, that was fun. Okay, are you ready for your second player?
All right, I'm ready for my second player too.
This is our final player, everyone. This is our final player that we are guessing. Okay, clue number
so don't
1.
Be afraid to help out.
Clue number 1. Played 10 seasons in Europe before her arrival in the NWSL.
Okay. I'm going to go with next clue.
Okay. Helped Bordeaux qualify for the UEFA Women's Champions League for the first time in club history.
Oh, goodness. 10 seasons in Europe before coming to NWSL and Bordeaux. I should get this in the second, but I'm going to ask for clue number 3.
Okay. Everyone in the chat, help Sandra out. Let her know. Use some ideas there. Clue number 3. Made her NWSL debut in the 2022 Challenge Cup.
I'm like running down like anyone that I've ever known for Bordeaux, man. I'm like, Jesus. Okay, I will say this. The second player for both of us have been like
harder.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take my cue from my teammate here and also ask for a 4th clue.
All right, you got this. Recently received her first senior international call-up for England.
Oh, I'm gonna hope that we're sticking with the goalkeeper category, and I'm gonna say Orlando Pride's Anna Morehouse.
Woo! Yes, absolutely correct. Oh, that's awesome. Oh,
I'm so okay.
I
am so glad I went for 4 because I was like, it could be. I was like, is this another goalkeeper? And I was almost like, is it like Ann-Katrin Berger? But then like I was like, hold on a second here. Okay, love this. This was fun. I had a blast.
So this is incredible. We both received 5 points because we both received our first clue or our first player in 3 clues and the second one in 4 clues. So we tie, which is just pretty on par for us, Sandra. I'm not at all surprised about that. But that was very fun. Very fun.
I love it.
I love it.
I'm glad that we did this segment. I mean, we love games. Like we're big fans of games. We literally watch soccer all the time. So I love this, and I just thought it was like a fun way to maybe get like the audience interactive. So love that. Loved everyone for like taking that responsibility seriously and chiming in.
I think a lot of people listening and joining us on YouTube learned some things about these players, right? Not a lot of people knew Jane Campbell studied psychology. Not a lot of people knew that Anna Morehouse played in Bordeaux. Dawn really liked it. They say, I really like that segment. Bring it back for sure. Owen likes it. Great game idea. Beach Dog Scout, great game. James, this was hard. I get it, James. This was really hard. This was really hard, but it was really fun. This was really fun.
That self-doubt monster. I was like, do I know? Do I not know? I almost was going to try to like go for the fences and be like, 10 seasons in Europe before coming to NWSL. Surely this is Martha. Like, and I'm so glad that I did not just like.
There's a lot of players that have played a big chunk of time in Europe before they came to the NWSL.
Yeah, massive.
A lot of them. Wow, this was really fun. Thanks, Mark, producer, for putting this together, coming up with the clues, of course, coming up with the ideas always. and making it hard, but not too hard for us. So we tie 5 points apiece. We will bring this segment back, name that player. Hopefully, if you're listening to this or watching it, you also got to play along a little bit, and you were thinking of the players in your head as we were naming these clues. But don't go anywhere. We have our In Case You Missed It news and notes segment coming up next to fill you in on everything that you might have missed.
It's a Service Academy triple header on CBS Sports Network.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Attacking Third. In case you missed it, news, notes, and everything that's happened in the world of women's football and we haven't had a chance to talk about yet with Sandra. I'm Lisa. Let's dive into it. Sandra, you chatted about this at the top of the show, but it is the FIFA U20 Women World Cup right now, and it's the first year that the tournament has been expanded from 16 to 24 teams. It is being hosted by Colombia. The U.S., they are in Group C alongside Paraguay, Spain, and Morocco. On Sunday, the U.S. played their first group stage match, and they fell 1-0 to reigning U20 Women's World Champions Spain. Tonight, U.S. will play in their second match day against Morocco at Pascual Hierro in Cali at 9 p.m. Eastern, and their third group stage match is on Saturday against Paraguay. You talked about Mexico a little bit earlier, Sandra, thinking they're going to go on a bit of a run during this tournament. But any predictions for how the U.S. might do in this FIFA U20 Women's World Cup?
I desperately hope they get out of the group, number one. And number two, do better than their last U20 appearance, which the bar is kind of low, I think, when we think about it in that aspect. But this is I mean, for some of these players, and maybe this is going to be a harsh reality, but for some of these players, this may be the biggest moment of their careers. I think when you look back at that 2012 U20 World Cup, and you look about all the smattering of talent across that former roster, really a roster of players that ultimately changed the trajectory of NWSL a bit. When we're talking players, Vanessa DiBernardo, Julie Ertz, Khalil Hiwat, Dunn, Kari Recaro. There are players who are on that roster who maybe don't find themselves playing anymore professionally, because navigating a women's professional soccer career is difficult, and we talk about those difficulties on Attacking Third sometimes. So I think when you can maybe kind of put things in that perspective, these opportunities are so few and far between. I think if you find yourself as a player playing at these levels, and I think when we frame it like that, so desperately want these players to do well for themselves. I'm throwing out bold wishes for Mexico, but I'm keeping an equally watchful eye on the US U20 team as well. So, maybe this is the moment for them. Maybe this is where they get back in the moment and say, we're going to return to this specific tournament and say, we're back in the youth capacity.
Yeah, I just looked up that roster from the 2012 U20 Women's World Cup. You mentioned Dunn, Kari Recaro, Morgan, Brian Gautreau on that roster, Julie Johnson, Katie Stengel, Sam Mewis. Like, there are some solid names. Sarah Killian, I think she got married, right? Waldmo, she's a UCLA player. Abby Smith, the goalkeeper. It was so clutch. That was a really fun team. Yes, for so many players, this is the biggest tournament ever. It's a women's World Cup. It's a World Cup for these U20s. And they're all young, right? So this year, players born on or after January 1, 2004 are eligible to make this roster. Absolute babies. But the U.S. youth roster sets a record this year for the most professional players on a US U20 team, with 8 professional players. They're all rookies in the NWSL. Midfielder Claire Hutton from Kansas City, forward Ali Setnor from Utah. They are both getting a lot of minutes, being really significant players in this tournament. Defender Giselle Thompson from Angel City, defender Savvy King from Bay FC, midfielder Ali Lemos with Orlando, midfielder Riley Jackson from North Carolina, and forward Emery Adames from Seattle Reign. So go cheer on those NWSL players in the U20 World Cup. They play tonight against Morocco. Sandra, this past weekend in the NWSL, Seattle Reign cruised to a 3-2 victory over Racing Louisville. It was very exciting, a lot of fun. And defender Sofia Huerta scored the opening goal for Seattle from the penalty spot. With that conversion by Sofia Huerta, she, along with Portland Thorns forward Christine Sinclair, become the only two players to have scored in every single NWSL regular season since 2015. Insane. So shout out to Sofia Huerta and Christine Sinclair.
What a stat. And what company? Like before before Sofia Huerta scored that goal, that meant that Christine Sinclair was the only player to have done that. So it's wild to just sort of think about her reaching that moment, and it's alongside somebody like Christine Sinclair. Congratulations for sure.
Congratulations for sure. Some other big news to come out of Europe. 17-year-old American midfielder Lily Yohannes has won the Johan Cruijff Talent of the Season award. So basically the MVP for the league in the Netherlands. It was Johannes' debut season with Ajax. She had 5 goals, 4 assists in just 20 matches for the 2023-2024 season. I read the article on this award being put out for Lily Yohannes, Sandra, and she talks about how one of her first memories in the Netherlands, her and her family and her siblings moved there when she was quite young. And one of her first memories is playing on a Cruyff court in the Netherlands. Now that she is named the Johan Cruijff Talent of the Year, she has the opportunity to get a Cruyff court built somewhere. And she said, I think it's very special. It just completes the circle for me. And she has to think carefully about where that court is going to be, but she's sure it's going to be a nice place. At 17 years old, congrats, Lily Yohannes. Come play for the United States.
I love how you framed that in the beginning. You're like, so-and-so American midfielder. You Lily Yohannes. I'm like, yes, Lisa.
He is eligible to play for both the U.S. and the Netherlands. And if A3 is doing our part here, Sandra, come on over, Lily Yohannes. We want you for the U.S. Come on over.
Pampering, Jesus.
We have no say in any of this. Come on.
I know, like it's cute to think that we have any influence whatsoever.
Some other big news, international retirements happening with German goalkeeper Merle Frohms. She is retiring after 52 caps with the German national team. She won the Euro 2022 silver medal. Of course, she's coming off the 2024 Olympic bronze in Paris. And at 29 years old, she is stepping away from the international stage. So congratulations on all your international duty. And we are excited to continue to watch you with club. Now, Sandra, we are coming off of the close of the international transfer window, and there were some huge transfer records that were broken. FIFA's latest international transfer snapshot revealed that the women's football records were absolutely shattered. $6.8 million spent on international transfers. That is over double the amount from the previous mid-year window. And there was also a record-breaking over 1,100 international transfers recorded. That is 30% more than the 2023 mid-year window. So stock up on international transfers.
For sure. I mean, and it's also just like, I don't know. I think when you run back those numbers or those moves, like it's just very representative of just where the women's game is right now at this moment. Yeah. It's wild to think about just where some of these numbers were, some of these moves were just a year ago, and they just keep climbing and climbing and climbing.
They absolutely do. There's been some really fun off the field things happening in the NWSL. The Lauren Holiday Impact Award, which is presented by Nationwide, is a newly reformatted award to honor players that are making a difference in their community. And it's comes named after Lauren Holiday because of the example that she set. Of course, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, a women's champion. She was the National Soccer Hall of Fame inductee, and she received the Muhammad Ali Sports Humanitarian ESPY Award. So this award specifically focuses and celebrates on community involvement of 14 player nominees in the NWSL. So each nominee was nominated by their club. So we have 14 nominees that have been announced. There will be one grand prize winner that is selected by voting at the end of the season that will receive $30,000 to give to a charitable organization. And then there's a fan vote that happens in October to nominate The vote with, or the player with the most fan votes will receive $5,000 to donate, and then an additional $5,000 awarded to a community partner. So we have this year's nominees that have been released by the clubs and by the NWSL for the Lauren Holiday Impact Award. Out of Angel City, it is Rocky Rodriguez, Bay FC Jen Beatty, Carrie Riccaro from Chicago Red Stars, Jane Campbell. She did go to Stanford and she studied psychology. Out of Houston Dash, AD France with the Kansas City Current, Abby Smith, Gotham FC, Victoria Pickett with North Carolina Courage, Celia from Orlando Pride, Sam Coffey out of Portland Thorns, Katie Lund out of Racing Louisville, Kennedy Wesley from San Diego, Shay Holmes from Seattle Reign, and Paige Monahan with Utah Royals. And last but not least, Anna Helferty with the Washington Spirit. How cool is this, Sandra?
I love this. And shout out to anyone joining us who could see the graphic. I mean, I think just getting nominated for this is an incredible honor. It's not an award that's been around for a long time in NWSL, but in terms of just trying to find parallels and maybe highlight the type of award this is, like, you look maybe at the NFL, for example, and how players revere like the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year award. It has become maybe alongside like MVP status. Like, it's an award that once you're nominated for, like, you're humbled by it. You see the reaction. They're just also thrilled just to even be nominated, that the work that they're doing for the community or whichever non-profit that they kind of highlight and work closely with in partnership, kind of get extra recognition in this moment in the build-up through the voting processes and things like that. So I love that the league introduced an award of that caliber. And we talk a lot about like, oh, time for more awards. We should have more awards, and hopefully those type of opportunities for more individual accolades come down in the future years. But I love for now that this is one that acknowledges the work that's done off the pitch. And congratulations to everyone who even got nominated in this case.
Absolutely. The clubs nominate their own players. And as a reminder, there is a fan vote in the month of October, and the nominee with the most fan votes can win $10,000 to donate $5,000, and $5,000 of it goes to a community partner. So check out NWSL social handles for more information on that for the Lauren Holiday Impact Award. I love that. And congratulations to all those players that have been nominated, because when you look across the landscape of the NWSL, there are so many players doing things in their spare time, what little spare time they have, to give back to the community, to find things that they're passionate about and to contribute to that and stay involved in that. And these are just 14 of the players nominated and highlighted. So go follow those players on social, see which community organizations they are partnering with, who they're going to donate with, and get involved yourself around your own community. I love that. What a very high note to end this episode on, Sandra, with our nationwide Impact Awards. Thursday, we're back in studio. I'm back in studio. We'll see you there as always. We're going to have NWSL weekend preview. There's a lot of news that we'll get through and everything else. One last thank you to everyone that listens and watches Attacking Third. If you voted for us in the final round of the People's Choice Podcast Awards, win or lose, thank you, thank you, thank you all so much. We couldn't have reached the finals without you. We appreciate you being with us for this ride, staying with us, and continuing to see where we go next. Sandra, Bud, as always, it's a pleasure doing business with you. Final thoughts for today's show?
Let's have more fun. Let's bring those games back, and can't wait to see you again tomorrow.
Yeah, more Name That Player games, Mark. I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone that helped us with that game, giving us our chats and info in the chat. We appreciate it. Make sure you follow Attacking Third wherever you get your podcasts and leave us a 5-star rating and review. We are also available on youtube.com/Attacking Third. And you can watch us on CBS Sports Golazo Network for all your women's football coverage. For Mark and Sandra, I'm Lisa. This was Attacking Third.